Hi there. What I have here is a 2000 Ford Focus SE with a 16 valve VTEC engine, and I'm doing this video because I had a hard time. I'm hoping this might help somebody else. We had a problem with overheating, and with this car there was three issues. Underneath this coil here, there's a hose that goes, I guess, to the heater core. It's held into place. You gotta take this off by 3 Torx on the engine block, and that's a T40. And then over here there's a 10mm wrench that holds it, so you gotta pop that off, and the hose is recessed underneath here. It's like a 1 inch, 3/4 inch, 1 inch hose, and it goes from this manifold for the thermostat back to a barb fitting, I guess you can call it, and then to another hose that goes, I would imagine, it's the heater block or heater core. The second issue we had was the thermostat was stuck closed. So to get the thermostat out, the thermostat's located here on the left side of the engine. I guess it would be left side of the engine. You have to take this hose off that goes to the reservoir, and this hose off that goes to your radiator. And it's T25, I believe was the Torx. You can do 3 of them, and it pops off, and the thermostat's sitting right in there. And the thermostat has a special gasket that goes around the ridge of the thermostat. So don't buy the gasket maker. Buy the $4 or whatever it was for the special gasket, and put that in there. Yeah, the way it sits in there, the gasket maker would do more harm than good. And then on the left side engine, I was looking for a thermostat water coolant temperature gauge, and that's what the AutoZone or Advanced Auto, I believe it was Advanced Auto, gave me, saying it was in this car. And I was searching for this water temp sensor. Could not find it anywhere. They were telling me it's located on this manifold here where the thermostat is. There's nothing there. Then they said it might be on the radiator. There's nothing there. And searching, could not find it. So Googled. Anyway, this car does not have a water temp sensor at all. Instead, over here, behind the alternator, you gotta take the alternator off, and here's the plug-in for it now. It's recessed back behind this alternator is a cylinder head temperature sensor, and it looks like this, except it has a pigtail wire that comes off of it, and I had to cut that wire off. It's a 15mm size, and see if we can put this down and get it to focus somehow. It's 15mm. It has this pigtail wire that came off, and I had to cut that, slide the socket over it to break it free because it was stuck into the engine. And so that's how I had to get it off. Cut the wire, put the socket on it with a ratchet, and break it free. And then the new one, threaded in by fingers, and then got a 15mm wrench, and was able to snug it up with the 15mm wrench. It's a tight fit. You gotta take your time. But this car does not have a water coolant temp sensor. It has a cylinder head temp sensor. So if you're having problems with the car overheating, well, this case, this controls the fan. So if your coolant fan isn't coming on, it could be that sensor. The one way to check and make sure it's that sensor is to unplug it. And if you unplug it, you wait about 5 seconds. Both fans will come on, run non-stop. If that's not the case, check your fuses. Another thing you do, instead of pulling the fuses and check them, is to turn your air conditioner on and see if your fan comes on, because that'll bypass the relay for the fan. And if your fuses are good, one of the fans will come on. So you can do that to test it without actually pulling the fuses and see if the fan's bad. If your fan's bad, then if that doesn't work, I would check your fuses, and then if that doesn't work, I would take a jumper wire from your battery to the fan and see if your fan come on. Make sure it's not the fan, and see if it's something else electrical. But everybody knows it's a pain in the ass. But get to this, back to over here, you need a serpentine tool that goes down there, goes on the other pulley, and you pull it. Looks like this. Special tool. And to loosen up the tension on the serpentine belt, you can't use a 3/8 ratchet with this. But hopefully this will help somebody out with their car. And the reservoir just slides in here I believe it's a 10 mil, holds it there, and then the power steering fluid just slides in here, right here. There's no special tools to take that off, and just one thing, and then there's a little clip here. You gotta get a screwdriver, pop the clip, and your reservoir comes off, and your power steering comes off with no tools necessary. So hopefully this helps somebody, because this was a nightmare for about a good 48 hours for me trying to find this and getting it fixed. But now that everything's good, this car is not overheating, and hopefully the head gasket didn't get destroyed in the process, because the person that owns this car drove it for about 2 days with it overheating and boiling the water out. I went and picked her up a couple times and brought her water, because she boiled out over a gallon of water, and the girl, not the very brightest, but whatever. So hopefully this will help somebody.